Welcome to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly podcast, your no-nonsense guide to the markets. Whether you're watching us live at sktrading.live or listening on your favorite podcast platform, we've got you covered. Subscribe, join the community, and get ready to dive into real talk and real market insights. Let's get started.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephen Kalayjian and welcome to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. Well, today we had another down day here, 2 days back to back. We had 9 days up, 2 days down. I'm still looking for the market to test the 54.50 to 54.75 range. Today, the 60-minute time frames were looking like they were going to go negative, and they look like they're going to go negative tomorrow. We're very close. The 30-minute time frames reversed to sell this morning at around 10 a.m. We got big sells on the 30s. The 15s reversed to buy, setting up the shorts on the push up around the 12 o'clock. And then we had some news, and it pushed the spiders and the Qs to reverse to sell. And then the 15-minute time frame, the bounce on the sell disconnect, set up around 3:15, 3:30, and they got a caboose. S&P futures were trading 56.50. NASDAQ futures were trading 19,000, around 968, 970, and they dropped 100 points in the last the last probably 15, 20 minutes at the end of the day. S&P futures dropped 25. Again, we're very, very, very overbought still. The dailies are still not even nowhere near oversold. Since the weeklies reversed to buy, I'm looking for a pullback on the daily, and one more push up. I'm thinking sometime maybe in the next couple of weeks to early June, maybe push up to that 58.50 again, that 58.30, 5900, and then I think they get absolutely cabooshed until September. But with that being said, gold again up 100 points. Gold's up 200 points in 2 days now. Unbelievable, deeply oversold. I was looking for 31.80, got down to 32.40. That's twice I didn't hit the gold. $60 off. I was trying to be a little bit perfect on that. Palantir missed, bad earnings in Palantir, down 15. Yesterday in the post market, Palantir traded as high as 129. And overall, it was just a day to unbelievable caboose. Nice short on the 15-minute time frame, pushed down about $2. ADX was rising on the 15, the 30, and the 60-minute, actually the 30 and the 60s on the short. Coinbase, MSTR, really very slow day. How about Lilly? Lilly, absolutely caboose. An ugly day in Lilly. Yesterday, I couldn't buy it enough. Around the 825, 827. Lilly closed at 774, down 46. HIMS, HIMS, very strong, up about $8 at one point today. Let's tomorrow, obviously, in the second part, I'll tell you what I expect, but we have the FOMC and we have the actual conference after. Today was very, very slow. There was some spurts here along the way. The president was tweeting something or made a comment, pushed the S&Ps as high as 56.71, and they got absolutely cabooshed after that. Dropped all the way down to 50, rallied down to 45, rallied, and then dropped all the way down to 22. So says some big announcements going to be coming out Thursday or Friday. So we'll see. Okay, market doesn't like that, but instead the market sold off. All right, let me just go and show you here a couple great patterns today, and I'll bring up the spiders here. Okay, I'll bring up the spiders here on the 15. So right here, this is the first short on the 15-minute time frame after the 30-minute time frames reversed to sell. They didn't really do much, finally dropped. And then this is the announcement by the president right around the 12:15. Now, when the spiders reverse to buy, you can see the spiders reverse to buy here. The MACDs did not confirm on the 60-minute time frame, and I'll show that to you in a minute. So even though the 15-minute time frame reversed to buy and it correlated with the 60, the push up right there, the markets really it was a good sell divergence, and I'll show you here on the S&P futures on the 60-minute. when the push up, I immediately looked at the 60-minute time frame on the S&P. And you can see right here, the push up right here, 56.71. The MACD was still negative on the 60-minute time frame. So I knew that was a great short. And then looking back on, if I go back to the spiders on the 15, when the spiders reversed to sell here, you can see that now it correlated with the 30-minute time frame. The spiders correlated with the 30 right here. This is the first bounce on the 15. Look at the short right here towards the end of the day. Well, actually, it was right here. They got caboose, and then they pushed up again. There was about 2.1 billion to buy on the bell. Market pushed up a little bit, but then it fooled everybody. And look what they did. The S&P futures hit the spiders hit the 561.40, and you can see it dropped about 24 points on the S&P. On $2.40 on the spiders, and about 24 points on the S&P. Avago not acting that well. Now, if you look tomorrow here, you can see the 60-minute time frames right here. These negative MACDs, I told you, are going to be a problem. Look at where we closed here: 558.70, 557.87. So that means if the S&P futures close at any time tomorrow below the 56.13, 56.15, these 60-minute time frames are going to reverse to sell, and then all three time frames will be in sell mode. Let's look here, and I'll show that in the second segment. Look at the dailies. You want to get the dailies to get somewhat oversold. Okay, I'm thinking that this gap right here should get filled right here, and maybe even this gap or this gap. It could drop to 53.50. I don't know. I hope so. Get these dailies somewhat oversold. The thing is that the weeklies reverse the buy. So any push down, I don't think that these lows are going to be met. You can see you're overbought into these negative MACDs. This is a bear flag. So after the next, so here's what I'm thinking. All right. I'm thinking that we get one more push down here. Then we get a push up, boom, and then we get killed into September. That's what I think is going to happen. All right. Again, a lot of great patterns here. Let's see here. Lilly, absolutely caboose. The Russell reversed to sell. The IWMs were really very weak here today. And if I show you the IWMs here, you can see how the IWMs reversed to sell on the 60-minute time frame. And you can see here the Russell pushed up here on the 30-minute. And then here's the next bounce on the 15-minute time frame when it reversed. This is the first bounce on the 15 right here after everything correlated. Here's the 15. Here's the sell right here on the 15, the first bounce when the 60 reversed, 197.59, and you can see the drop of over 90 cents. So these patterns today, things were really, really slow, but the patterns were really pretty decent, I have to say. Meta, towards the end of the day, dropped about 3. NVIDIA reversed to buy. Tesla didn't act well at all today. Tesla negative still on the 15 to 30 and the 60-minute time frame. Tesla hit a high a few days ago of 594. So we're seeing a lot of stocks here. Netflix is bucking the trend. Remember, Netflix traded down to 118. Today, I think it traded as high as about 140, 1144. Again, making new highs on Netflix today. You can see Netflix pushed up here to new highs, 1147. Never had a chance with these negative MACDs. And you can see the beautiful sell divergences on the 60-minute time frame and also on the 30. They're making new highs in the 30-minute MACDs, the non-confirm right here. Beautiful shorts here. And Netflix at 11. Right here's another one, again, pushing up, and a non-confirmation. Let's look, the last one we'll look at is HIMS, HIMS. You can see HIMS, beautiful. I don't know what happened here, but this is the earnings here or something came out here. I don't really follow the stock, but a lot of great patterns. Caught a couple great shorts at the end of the day here. Right here was a good short, and I think this was the good short here above the 50-56. The 30-minute time frame, the 60-minute time frames here, all pushing up to new highs. That was just a scalp short, and then I'm working down $1. If you look at HIMS on the bigger time frame, the daily, now you got to look for a pullback on the daily here. Look for an oversold condition on HIMS. Also, let's look at the stock RGC, an animal. I mean, this stock, unbelievable. This thing dropped. Look at this drop. Hit a high at 250 and closed. Look at this, dropped 100 towards the end of the day. Unbelievable. Unbelievable on the 5-minute here, RGC. And this is right here at 325. And I mean, there's no volumes. 10,000 shares and this thing drops like $25. So not a name really to be trading. I just wanted to show you how it dropped almost 100 points towards the end of the day. Okay, when I get back, I will tell you what I expect for tomorrow. You like my new cabooshed SK trading shirt? Well, here it is. Cabooshed. All right. I'll be back and I will tell you what I expect for tomorrow. Okay, so for tomorrow, the big key is obviously the FOMC, right? And we're going to see exactly not only what the statement is, but also what the press conference is, followed about 2:30, 2:40. So really, the market's going to be like this tomorrow, waiting for this. I don't think they're going to do anything as far as a rate cut. They may be a little hawkish. They could be a little bit more dovish. I'm probably thinking a little bit more dovish here since the GDP number came out 0.3 lighter than expected. But overall, the key tomorrow is those 60-minute time frames. The spiders, the big number here is the 557.77 on the 60-minute spiders on the reversal. The QQQs, the 480.34, and that would be the big sell reversal. Okay, and that is where the 60-minute time frames reverse. And right now, all eyes are on the Fed tomorrow. So in all honesty, it can go one way or the other. I would tell you right now, after the opening, it's going to be probably flat and, maybe a couple bips up here on different names. But overall, I think it's just going to be a wait and see game. The last 2 days, the market has been kind of quiet and there's a couple of spurts here or there. I expect the same for tomorrow. And then after 2:30, then I think the fireworks, let the dust settle and we'll see what happens. All right. When I get back, I want to tell you a strategy that I don't really think I like, but some people do, but to each his own. Okay, so basically, Palantir earnings came out yesterday after the close. And this is something I don't do. I never buy into an earnings number like that. And someone did and bought the stock significantly higher, probably about $13 higher from where we closed just now, a couple hundred shares, and for me, that's gambling. I think that, it's your money. You could do what you want, but I've seen this before and I see more harm than good, right? And I just think that when you have capital, you want to be able to preserve it. It's a gamble. If they beat, and the bottom line is, the stock did trade as high as 129. Person didn't sell it or probably didn't have the right to sell in the aftermarket. Some firms let you do that. But overall, I think there's enough money to be made understanding the patterns that allow you to trade the market in a way that is going to benefit you in every way, shape, or form. So with that being said, I don't really look at the markets in the trading in the earnings season calendar, but I think you trade them after. I think there's a lot of opportunity after that, and that's the message for today. Thank you for joining me today on The Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. Please subscribe to my YouTube. Please leave a comment. Please join my live stream each and every day from 9 to 4 at sktrading.live. Join me at social at official Stephen Kalayjian on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Have a great night. Also, you can text me at 914-500-7484. Have a great night, everybody. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Be well.
Thanks for tuning in to The Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly podcast. your no-nonsense guide to the markets. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe at sktrading.live or on your favorite podcast platform. We'd love for you to rate, review, and join our community for more real talk and market insights. Until next time, keep trading and stay sharp.